Hey everyone, you're watching Tamit Saleh's Tennis Forum, and in this video I am going to be looking at the ATP World Tour Finals, the last one in London. But before I get to that, first of all, massive apologies. Please do forgive me. I know I have been absent for a little while. I've just been so busy with work, just been unbelievable, and also had a few classes. So yeah, please do forgive me for that. Before I touch on the World Tour Finals, a few things did happen. Novak Djokovic has confirmed the year-end #1 for a record equaling sixth time. He joins Pete Sampras and moves ahead of his two big rivals in Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. I will make a separate video on that after the World Tour Final, so please do wait for that. Rafa Nadal broke a record for most consecutive weeks in the top 10, and that is looking like I think it's at like 700 something right now, so it's a huge record that probably will never be beaten. And considering he's suffered his fair share of injuries, it just makes it all that more special. And of course, Daniil Medvedev won the Paris Masters 1000 really out of nowhere. He's been having quite a torrid year, and yeah, is he back now? Bearing in mind, if you remember last year, he had a great summer, and then from Paris, it sort of went downhill. So maybe this year he's had an awful year, let's say, and then from Paris, it might pick up again. So massive win for Daniil Medvedev. Rafa Nadal, of course, missed a golden opportunity to win the Paris Masters for the first time. He was defeated by Sasha Zverev, who seems to be finding a bit of form as well. But yeah, few things have happened whilst I was there, but we'll crack on with the World Tour Finals. For this video, let's say 100 thumbs up would be amazing. We are trying to reach 3,000 subs before 2020 ends, so we've got about a month and a half, and we're about 100 away. So if you haven't subbed already, please do. If you enjoy the content, let's try get 3,000 subs. And once again, thank you so much to my Patreons. I've got 3 of them. So yeah, your support means everything. But enough of the intro, let's get straight into the World Tour Finals. So this, as I mentioned earlier, will be the last ever time the World Tour Finals takes place in London. That is quite a common thing where it does shift around from city or country. It has been in London for a while now, since 2009. So as selfish as as I may be, it is fair that it is moving, and it's going to Turin in Italy from next year. This is the 50th anniversary, something which tennis and the ATP are making very clear to us, even with the group names they've used. So it is the 51st edition, but it's the 50th anniversary, the first event happening in 1970 in Tokyo. The most successful player in this tournament is Roger Federer with 6 wins. Novak Djokovic can equal that if he won this year. He has 5 wins, and he is level with Pete Sampras and Ivan Lendl. Rafa Nadal has no wins. Probably the biggest gap in his resume, let's say. He has not won the World Tour Finals, which is considered the next biggest tournament after the 4 Grand Slams. So can he win it for the first time? Let's see. But indoor hard courts, they're not Rafa's favorite climate, let's say. The most consecutive wins in the World Tour Finals has been Novak Djokovic. He's won the title 4 times in a row, which was between 2012 to 2015, 4 years consecutive. Since then, no champion has defended their title. So Andy Murray, Grigor Dimitrov, Sasha Zverev, and last year Stefanos Tsitsipas. So will we have a new winner, or will Stefanos defend the title? The defending champion is, as I said, Stefanos Tsitsipas. He defeated Dominic Thiem last year in 3 sets, a match that I was actually in. So if you remember last year, I was at the O2 on multiple days, and I managed to get tickets for the final, and it was a really good experience and a great match to watch. There was quite a lot of Greek fans in the stands actually, so a lot of noise for him. And coincidentally, the final from last year will be the first match played this year. So Stefanos Tsitsipas versus Dominic Thiem in the round robin stage. The most singles match wins in this tournament is Roger Federer. Djokovic can actually go second if he was to win 4 matches in this year's tournament, something he didn't achieve last year. And another big, let's say, achievement for Rafa, he has qualified for this tournament for the 16th consecutive year. That is phenomenal consistency. As I mentioned before, he's had his injuries, but to qualify for the event 16 times in a row, he's not played in all of the times he's qualified. Sometimes he's withdrawn from the tournament because of injuries, etc. But yeah, he has now qualified for this tournament 16 times since 2005. So that's pretty crazy. Before we go into the groups, for those that don't know, I'm going to quickly tell you how the point system works. So the World Tour Finals is a very unique concept, and it's quite different to the general tennis tournaments we see where it's just knockout, 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 and if you lose, you're out of the tournament. The World Tour Finals starts with a group stage, so two groups of four. So you play three best of three set matches against everyone else in your group. You can lose one and qualify. We've seen that happen many times. In fact, there will always be someone that qualifies that has lost a match. You could even mathematically lose two matches, win one, and still qualify from the group stage. I believe the only person that's ever done that was David Nalbandian, I think. So for each round robin victory, you get 200 ranking points. So you can get up to 600 in the group stage. Then the top two from each group qualify to the semi-finals, where first in one group plays second in the other, vice versa. And if you win the semi-final, that's an additional 400 points, equaling 1,000. And then if you win the final, that's 500 more points, so that would equal 1,500 points altogether. So yes, more than a Masters 1000, but less than a Grand Slam. So we'll go into the groups now. So we have two groups, Group Tokyo 1970 and Group London 2020. So yeah, they're really, drilling in that 50th anniversary. So in Group Tokyo 1970, it is Novak Djokovic, Daniil Medvedev, Sasha Zverev, and Diego Schwartzman. And in Group London 2020, it is Rafa Nadal, Dominic Thiem, Stefanos Tsitsipas, and Andrei Rublev. For me, I think the two groups are quite evenly matched. Let's say from Novak or Rafa's perspective, which group would they rather be in? It's tough. I think Novak's group, look, it's like 59, 51, 49, but I think Novak's group potentially slightly easier. I mean, like just by going at who you'd rather want. So Medvedev or Thiem, even though Medvedev is on the back of a Paris win and playing really well and must be full of confidence right now, you'd still probably rather have Medvedev than Dominic Thiem. Now, that's questionable there. Then between Sasha Zverev and Stefanos Tsitsipas, I think right now, even though Stefanos is the defending champion, you'd rather have him simply because I believe Sasha's been playing the better tennis this year. He reached the final of Paris last week. He defeated Rafa in straight sets in that tournament as well. So I think you'd rather have Tsitsipas. And then between Schwartzman and Rublev, I think you'd rather have Schwartzman. Now, Rublev has been having an amazing year, 5 titles, most match wins out of any player this year. However, they've all been in 500s and 250s. So he's still yet to prove himself in the big tournaments, and I think this could be a great chance for him. He's only going to play top 8 players, and I'm actually excited to see how Rublev performs in this tournament. So I think out of the two, you'd rather have Schwartzman than Rublev. So when you look at it like that, you could say Novak's group slightly easier, but then it's probably up to your personal preference if you'd rather have a confident Daniil Medvedev or a Dominic Thiem who, since winning his US Open, hasn't won anything. He reached the quarterfinals of the French Open and then lost to Rublev in Vienna. So that's the two groups. If you look at it head-to-head wise as well for Rafa and Novak, Novak has a 4-2 head-to-head. So both players, Rafa and Novak, have positive head-to-heads against the other three in their groups. So Novak 4-2 against Medvedev, 3-2 against Zverev, and 5-0 against Schwartzman, giving him a total of 12-4. Rafa, on the other hand, has a 9-5 head-to-head against Dominic Thiem, 5-1 against Tsitsipas, and 1-0 against Rublev, giving him 15-6. So not much to pick between the two, and it'll be really interesting how the tournament unfolds this year. So that is the two groups. I think they are very evenly matched. There could be shocks and surprises from either. If I had to go with who qualifies, then I mean it's the easy choice perhaps. But Novak and look, so Medvedev, he played well in Paris, he won Paris, but he's been very inconsistent this year with a lot of surprise defeats. So Sasha Zverev's probably been more consistent this year, but um, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Djokovic and Zverev to get out of that group. Medvedev, I don't know. Let's see. Wouldn't be surprised if he did qualify as well, though. Last year, bearing in mind he didn't win any of the round robin, so it'd be some sort of revenge for him personally. In Rafa's group, very easy to say Rafa and Dominic Thiem. Tsitsipas and Rublev. I mean, it's tough again. Rublev, he's shown he can win tournaments. He's won 5 titles this year, but I think this is a step too soon for him perhaps this year. Tsitsipas defending champion, so it's always a bit awkward predicting he's going to go out in the round robin stage. But yeah, I'm going to predict Rafa and Dominic Thiem. But once again, it could go anyhow, I think, this year. To conclude the video, I'm just going to be looking at their rankings. So Novak Djokovic confirmed year number one. Even if he loses every match, he's going to end the year as number one. So he's on 11,630. Rafa in second place on 9,450. Dominic Thiem actually can overtake Rafa if he was to win the tournament and Rafa had an absolute stinker. So I don't see that happening. So I do think Dominic will stay in third, and I think the top four will stay the same. So Medvedev, he's fourth now. He can't be overtaken. So I think, yeah, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order going into 2021. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Those are the two groups. I'm very excited. Once again, really sorry for the lack of content recently. Just been really busy. Had a virtual retreat, 2 words that I thought would never be put together this past week from work. Had a few classes, so yeah, thank you for being patient with me, and let's enjoy the final tournament of the year, and then after that we're going to have some more videos looking into Novak's record equaling 6th year and number one, some 2021 predictions perhaps, etc. So thank you very much for joining me, and see you very soon.